We've got a really fascinating stack of research for today's deep dive. We're looking at the Collins Dictionary Word of the Year for 2025.
Yeah, and it's a really interesting one this year.
It is, and I have to be honest, when I first saw it, vibe coding, I kind of assumed it was a TikTok trend.
Oh, like vibing to music while you work or something?
Right, exactly, like lo-fi beats to code to.
Yeah, it definitely sounds that way. But the sources we're covering, which include some great insights from AI pioneer Andrej Karpathy, they paint a totally different picture. It's not about mood at all. It's really about a fundamental shift in how software gets built.
And that is the mission for this deep dive. We're going to unpack what vibe coding actually is.
Yeah.
But the real twist here, this thing running through all these articles, is who the ideal vibe coder is.
It's not a 20-year-old Python whiz.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's actually someone in their mid-career, maybe 55 plus, in their silver years.
Which is a massive competitive flip.
So what exactly is this? Let's get the definitions out of the way.
At its core, vibe coding is using natural language, just plain English, to guide an AI to write software. Historically, if you wanted to build an app, you had to speak the computer's language. Semicolons, syntax, memory management.
I had to be the bricklayer.
Exactly, you're the builder. But with vibe coding, you shift from being the bricklayer to being the architect. You describe your intent to a large language model, an LLM, and it handles all the actual typing.
But look, the skepticism I see in the notes is, if the AI does the building, shouldn't the tech natives still have the edge? I mean, they know computers.
You would definitely think so. But the analogy the sources use is brilliant. They say, think of the AI not as a super genius, but as an army of incredibly fast, eager, but super junior developers.
The kind that run really fast, but totally in the wrong direction.
Precisely. They lack big picture critical thinking. They hallucinate.
Yeah.
They miss the forest for the trees. This is where that silver advantage kicks in. If you've spent 20 or 30 years in the workforce, you know how to manage people.
You know how to spot a logic gap.
Right. You know when a solution is going to cause a totally new problem 3 steps down the line.
So the skill set completely shifts from, say, how do I type this loop, to requirements gathering and quality assurance.
That's it. Your life experience knowing how business logic actually works in the real world becomes your programming language. The AI is the hands, you are the brain.
Okay, that sounds incredibly empowering. But practically speaking, what does this loop actually look like? I'm sitting at my computer ready to be the architect.
It's highly iterative. You use tools like Replit, Bolt.new, or Cursor Composer. The workflow essentially has 4 main beats. First, clarify intent.
Meaning focus on the outcome, not the technical detail.
Right. Don't say write a JavaScript function. Say, I want a button that saves this form to a spreadsheet. Then step 2 is generate. The AI spits out a draft. Step 3 is execute and adjust, and this is where beginners trip up.
Because they try to jump in and fix the code themselves when it inevitably breaks.
Which is a huge trap. In vibe coding, if you see an error message, you don't even read the code. You just copy the error, paste it back to the AI, and say, fix this. Treat the error message as just another prompt.
You're essentially handing the red marked paper right back to the intern.
Over and over again. That brings us to step 4, iterate. You click accept all, see if it works, and refine. It's a conversation, not a dictation.
We do need to talk about the risks, though, because we have a pretty alarming data point here from CodeRabbit.
Yes. The It Works trap. CodeRabbit analyzed open source projects and found that code co-authored by AI actually has 1.7 times more major issues than human-written code.
Almost double the major issues. That's a huge margin.
It is. We're talking security vulnerabilities and logic errors. And this brings us right back to why experience matters so much here. A younger developer might see the app run and say, great, ship it. They trust the output.
Whereas someone who has been around the block has a healthy level of professional paranoia.
Exactly. The Silver Architect asks the hard questions. Is this actually secure? What happens if a user enters a negative number? Where is this data going? That skepticism is quality control. Vibe coding completely lowers the barrier to entry, but it raises the bar for vigilance.
That's a critical distinction. The AI provides the speed, but you provide the safety and direction.
Which is exactly why the sources suggest this is the perfect time for mid-career professionals to jump in.
So for the listeners sitting there thinking the ship has sailed on their tech career,
The wind just changed direction entirely in your favor. My advice is to do a throwaway weekend project. Build a hobby tracker or a recipe organizer. Just use a tool like Replit to try it out.
and we actually have a specific prompt from the notes you can use to get started. Just paste this in. I have no coding experience. Act as my expert coding assistant. Ask me clarifying questions about what I want before you start writing any code.
Force the AI to verify the requirements, just like a good manager would. You aren't learning the computer syntax, you're forcing the computer to align with your strategy.
It's a fascinating time to be a builder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. But here is something to chew on before you go. What if those decades of dealing with difficult clients, messy projects, and office politics weren't just a career, but actually the ultimate training data for your brand new programming language?